I think most of the people in our board, they are aware of these environmental issues, but I think an education, training, or more knowledge transfer, I think would always be good. I mean, learning is always good, learning new things, and it will give people better understanding. And with better understanding the issues, then they would have more passion toward it. I think that's very important.
This hotel has just been completely rebuilt. It took 20 months to install new technology that enables us to still live comfortably whilst helping the planet. Meet the general manager who guided the whole project.
During the renovation, the key areas we focused on, the key expense, if you like, was the chillers, the air conditioning, the water, the recycling within the systems as well to save energy and save costs. Another addition with the new hotel is the intelligent bedroom, which has the ability to understand when the guest is in the room or not in the room. And when the guest is not in the room, clearly the room will default to a lower energy usage setting, again, saving costs. We're also very focused on the recycling of energy, because equipment does produce heat, for example. And in the case of the chillers, steam can be recycled and used in our laundry, which is, again, a saving of energy and environmentally friendly. What we have with our systems at the Mandarin Oriental Jakarta is the ability to measure in detail energy usage. Areas where we're not being energy efficient, maybe there's a problem, can be immediately identified and rectified. So we can get specific, accurate information by the second, literally. We have a young workforce, and they are very conscious of the environment, which is very helpful to us because there is a lot of training that has been done and continues to be done in terms of the equipment and the operation of the equipment and their environmental responsibility in areas such as recycling. It's been very easy to get the buy-in because they actually are interested and they are aware. As a hotel group, Mandarin Oriental is always keen to work with the authorities and governments in the countries in which we operate. And clearly there's a responsibility for a partnership between industry and government to drive forward initiatives in terms of environmental friendly practices. And this is something that we would encourage. We are open for people to come and visit and see what we have achieved here, and hopefully from that some of the best practices we have here can be transferred to maybe other hotels or other companies in Indonesia. But certainly it must be a partnership. This is everyone's responsibility, not just the private sector. Everyone's responsible for the environment.
Tomorrow, you're going on what's called an eco-trek, a long walk in a beautiful part of Indonesia. This pioneer is creating lots of different types of climate-friendly holidays.
The reason behind ID Guides is because Indonesia does not have a developed trekking industry. There are many, many mountains, beautiful jungles, beautiful coastlines, but as of yet, not really the trained service, trained guides to actually take us there responsibly and safely. Many people believe, and many people in government also believe, that trekking tourism is not a substantial income source for the country, for the communities, or for companies. We actually believe differently, and there are many of us who do. What we're trying to do is follow the Nepal mountain tourism model. You know, all of us know from the last 20 years how Sherpa tourism, Everest tourism, the Annapurna circuits have really pulled local communities out of poverty. We're trying to do this here in Indonesia, but we need a trained service, and trained mountain service, which people can access easily from abroad as well as in Indonesia. In the upland watersheds, mostly on the volcanoes, and sometimes near the most outlying regions and jungles and coastlines, we tend to have the most marginalized communities who don't have access to land themselves, who have very little job opportunities. In fact, it's those areas where mountain and trekking tourism are best placed to take off. And it is those communities that we're trying to provide training opportunities so that they can become professional guides. For those in the cities, we're trying to find those who can be national leaders. And that includes young people coming from universities as well as those just from high school. The key is that they have leadership skills that can be developed, they can anticipate, and they can plan. And these skills are transferable across Indonesia. National development policy as far as tourism is concerned doesn't really include trekking tourism as one of the key pillars. This is where we are trying to mobilize national policy eventually through pilot projects such as ID Guides to demonstrate how trekking tourism, community-based trekking tourism, can actually have a major, wider national development benefit. So what our greatest challenge is for government to understand that there's money to be made from a national development point of view and a community development level from responsible trekking tourism if there are standards in place and it is seen as a profession where training and qualifications and certification must be instigated at national level. We made the conscious decision not to take investment from investors. We had a couple of Indonesian investors keen on getting us started, but we wanted to make sure that we grew slowly, organically, and we focused on standards, nothing too fast. So in those difficult days, what's kept us going has really been the commitment to these guys, the guys here, the guides across the country who've really leapt at this chance. And, you know, we're here for them and we're here for them for the long haul.
She is like our other pioneers. They all work in travel and tourism in Indonesia. And they are all taking big risks in their businesses to ensure Indonesia helps the world protect the climate. They need government support, and they need yours. Are you ready